Participation trophy.
Hey, this'll be fun.
I think I lost the controller.
Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building.
Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout?
Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally.
It's a cordless phone.
The phone that Mr. Sewit used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your personal perusal.
Blackout record added to court record. Blackout record. Electricity to Miss Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. at day of crime.
That day of crime.
Now, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor?
I love that the implication is that he does not understand what a cross-examination is.
He didn't go to lawyer school. He didn't go to no fancy lawyer school.
As an ace attorney.
He is an ace attorney.
All right.
I don't question him.
All right, this is it. The real deal. You're in the big leagues now, buddy.
What exactly am I supposed to do?
Why, you expose the lies in the testimony the witness just gave you, dumb idiot.
Lies? What? He was lying?
Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. That's what a lie is.
I'm a liar.
Or is your client really guilty?
How do I prove that he's not?
You hold the key. It's in the evidence. You stupid dum-dum.
I don't see a key in the evidence.
Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face.
Ooh, I like you like this, Chief. Okay.
Open the court record with the R button, then point out contradictions in the testimony.
R button, R button, R button. It's always about the R button with you, isn't it? Okay.
Did that say nobody would believe I was attorney if I didn't carry this? Yes, that's absolutely true.
Witness's account.
I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment.
Okay, first off, time of death, 4 to 5 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Statute is rather heavy. The victim apparently arrived home from Paris on 7:30 the day before the murder. Electricity from it was off. Okay. No one would believe I was a defense attorney if I didn't carry this.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Okay.
I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside.
Objection! No one knows what a quail is.
I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m.
Oh, I gotta press another button. X. Objection!
Yeah.
You found the body at 1 p.m.? You're sure?
Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain.
Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death sometime after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m.
Wow, inappropriate.
You gotta keep things light. That's how you deal with this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
How do you explain this 3-hour gap? Did you go on a tour?
Oh, that. Oh.
Objection! This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time.
After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sewit, why are you so certain that you found the body at exactly 1 p.m.?
I Well, Gee, that's a really good question.
I know what he's gonna say. Do you know what he's gonna say? The clock in her apartment said 1 p.m.
Okay, but that's a contradiction because he never went into the apartment.
No, it's a contradiction. It's a lie because the power went off at noon, not 1 p.m.
You're right. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions.
I'm sorry, what? I wasn't paying attention.
Lies always beget more lies.
I was being honest.
See through one and their whole story falls apart.
I'm gonna use the word beget more often.
Wait, I remember now.
Would you care to give your testimony again? Witness testimony. The time of discovery.
You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. The voice in my head told me. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding.
What? That doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah, because the power was out.
Well, not only that, but like a taped recording, time of the taped recording, like vocally, that doesn't make any sense. I see you heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the
Witness starring Harrison Ford. Right! You know what to do.
I do? I've got this one. Oh, jeez.
You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television.
Objection! Hold it right there. The prosecution said there was a blackout at the time of discovery. And this record proves it.
Ooh!
You couldn't have heard a television or a video.
Gah! Irk.
The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sweat?
No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Ah! Wait! I remember now!
Mr. Sweat, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning.
Michael, this is such a misrepresentation of a courtroom.
That's why it's fun.
Okay.
These constant corrections are harming your credibility.
Hold him in contempt.
That and you seem rather distraught.
What, is it the sweat beads and bizarre shoulder movements I'm making that give it away?
He just wants to shake his boobs in your face.
Mm-hmm.
Look at these boobs.
That's Mia's job. Bull! My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body.
Very well, Mr. Sweat. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. I have a sneaking suspicion that this is going to be our judge through the rest of the game, and so I might not want to sing through the whole thing.
To be fair, to be honest, I'm surprised this lasted this long.
We'll take it to the end of the thing.
Okay.
To the end of this trial.
Take it to the limit one more time.
Hearing the time.
Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. Why are those in quotation marks? There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. What?
Huh? You saw a clock. I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. Hearing the time.
Actually, I didn't quote-unquote hear the time. I quote-unquote saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw.
Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was this statue. Bum. Now, how is that supposed to be a clock?
What? You with your objections and your evidence, just who do you think you are?
I'm Phoenix Wright, ace attorney. Just answer the question, Mr. Sweat.
Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes, Mr. Payne. As the witness stated...
Oh.
As the witness stated, the statue is indeed a clock. The neck is the switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. It doesn't look like a clock. I submitted it as a statue. My apologies.
This is a farce.
I see, so the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with this testimony now?
Yes, clearly yes.
Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Now, wait a minute. Let me also say this.
Mm-hmm.
How did he check the cordless phone
That's what I've been saying from the
if
beginning.
he never entered the clock? If never entered the apartment? Like, did he mean like he didn't come out of the vestibule to enter the main apartment portion? Because those Japanese apartments, you know?
He's trying to say he never left the hallway to enter the apartment.
Right. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he
Went into the apartment.
went into the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oops.
Uh-oh. Mogwai.
It's that time again.
Oh, yeah? Prove it. Prove I went in there. That's
I'll do
actually
better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her.
I wouldn't taunt the attorney.
You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. Oh, and what does the clock's voice say? That was the sound you heard. Order in the court, intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. I'm real confident now. Mr. Sweat, the sound must have left quite an impression on you.
Not as much of an impression as that
Understand-
statue left in her head.
Understandable, since the murder weapon... I'm sorry, what did you just say?
What?
Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain of the time.
Objection. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture.
Baseless. Just look at the witness's face. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with a claw?
That day, I never. Look, the clock, I heard. No, I mean, I saw. Goodbye to pay!
Gross.
Shut up, I hate you. This is so unsettling.
He's one of the sugar daddies, one of the with the glucose guardians.
Gross. It was him, I tell you. I saw him. He killed her and he should burn. What is he, a witch? Give him death.
What century does he think he's in? Order in the court, I say. There hasn't been death sentence in Japan in half a century.
Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims.
Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright, Your Honor. You claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Did you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I better think through it carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Sweat heard was definitely this clock. Fact was clear if you simply...
Yeah, that one.
Let's sound the clock now and hear it in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock?
He does a lot of pointing.
But you do. He's like Harrison Ford.
Mm-hmm.
I ask the court to listen very carefully.
Beep. I think it's 8:25.
That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker, after all.
Oh, boy.
So we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now?
It's 11:25.
Ack! As you can see, the clock is exactly 3 hours slow.
Scandal.
Precisely the discrepancy between Mr. Sewit. Oh, I'm not singing him. That's right. Precisely the discrepancy between Mr. Sewit heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sewit, try to talk your way out of this one.
Ha! Ha ha! You forgot one thing.
I'm invincible! He just jumps out a window. Uh-oh. What is he talking about now?
While it may seem like that clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case.
He's right. Come on, dude. He's like...
Yeah, this whole thing is outrageous.
Oh, he's right. How am I gonna prove that? Yeah, damn it. I was so close. So close. Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the witness.
Okay, listen.
Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sewit.
I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal! You lawyers are all slime.
Grr, I almost had him.
Did we just lose this?
Sorry, Larry, I failed you. Now wait, there's gotta be something in here that... Why can't I present it now?
Because I think you blew it.
She came back from Paris, a 3-hour time difference from Japan, the day before. She had taken the heavy-ass clock with her, or bought it there, I don't know. There's nothing I can do about it now.
Not so fast, Mr. Sewit.
Chief.
Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think.
But, Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that.
Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow, and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow?
Because she was Gilligan.
Because she took a 3-hour tour.
She took a 3-hour tour, and that somehow changed the clock.
Figure out the reason, and you'll have your proof. Right? Right? Isn't it fun to make jokes when somebody's life is on the line and somebody else has been murdered? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow?
Yes, I can. Wait! Maybe I can still prove it.
You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it.
Oh, I'll let them have it, all right.
Double barrel, guns blazing.
Last time somebody did that, they got double barrel pink eye. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support those claims? Of course. There's a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt.
Ha! Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off.
Let's see the evidence that proves why the clock was running slow.
Also, if that is how the defendant was... Or, I mean, I guess he's not the defendant. If that's how the witness was behaving, he would be held in contempt of court so fast.
Well, okay. So he was not on trial for the murder. He comes up to testify and then gets accused of murder.
And then taunts the attorney. I'd like you to see you prove this one.
I mean, people, whatever.
No.
That's what people are.
I've watched Law and Order. This is not how this goes.
Dung dung. The victim had just returned from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it was 4 p.m. here, it was 1 a.m. the next day there.
Oh.
The clock wasn't 3 hours slow. It was 9 hours fast. Take that, I'm going to point your general direction. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Sweat. Or should I say, Mr. Did It?
No.
Man, I am liking this guy.
Contempt. You're in contempt. No. No.
Oh, my God.
He just had a stroke.
He became rabid and passed out. Order, order, I say.
All right.
Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness.
Here, was arrested and been taken away, Your Honor. He's been arrested and taken away, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. I have to say that I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a so quickly and find the true culprit at the same time.
Must be beginner's luck.
Thank you, Your Honor. Couldn't have done it without you, player. Whoa, broke the fourth wall! At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butz, not guilty.
Confetti in a courtroom. That's appropriate.
Rabble, rabble, rabble.
Mm-hmm.
Gavel. And with that, this court is adjourned. Oh, stop.
I'm sorry.
It turns out that Frank Sweat was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see what people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Wet let himself into this to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sweat grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find and struck her dead.
Oh, no.
That's going to be real hard to come out of that wood.
Yeah.
August 3rd, 2:32 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2.
Ooh, I still can't believe we won.
Neither can I.
Not the confidence that I won, my lawyer.
Right. Good job in there. That's a lie. Congratulations.
Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you and your bosoms.
Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note.
I've never seen that, Chief. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy.
Oh, boy.
I think she likes me. If she gets this glad, imagine how Larry must feel.
My life is over.
Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now?
Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon.
What?
Good. Wait, what? No, I mean bad. Bad, bad, bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed.
But my city wood is gone, man. Gone forever.
Larry, she was, never mind. Wow. What were you going to say, Phoenix? I'd like to hear it.
Yeah, tell
She
us.
took my money. Now I'm in need. That's what they're saying, not me.
Mm-hmm. Congratulations, Harry.
Harry?
Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. This is atrocious. Harry Butz, innocent.
Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this ever. Let me celebrate. Dinner, movie, maybe my treat. Oh, Larry, you're incorrigible.
Oh, no. I couldn't.
Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, right, I have no breasts. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present.
Oh. A present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that...
Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me.
Really? You? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. This is so bizarre.
Yo, get her a clock. Bitches love clocks. I don't know what his ideas are. I can't look at it anymore because it makes me real sad. So I'm gonna give it to you because I like you.
I'm gonna give it to you, pretty lawyer lady.
Cause boobies. Yo, Nick, can you believe it? I was so into that chick, and she was just playing me for a fool. Don't know, that makes me want to cry, sob. Larry Butz.
Are you so sure?
X, squeeze me.
Oh boy. I think she thought quite a lot of you, in her own way. That is such a cop-out.
Yeah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay, I'm a loser, I know.
Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about it?
Is it a toy she named Larry?
I don't know.
Huh? Oh, yeah, right. I don't even know what they're talking about.
Neither do I.
Well, what the heck is she talking about? Gotta be the clock, right? That she kept the clock?
I guess.
This object that she was killed with. This proves that she likes you. Take that! Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Oh, what about the clock? This is the clock that you made for her, Larry, and she took it with her when she traveled. Whatever, she probably just named a clock, that's all. A clock that weighs 70 pounds. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make it what you will. Hey, Nick. Jesus, man. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. Hope that made him feel a little better.
Right. I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent.
Now stop looking down my shirt.
All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe. Oh boy. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself.
The more you know.
Ding. Right. Listen. Learn. Grow strong. Live. Laugh. Love. Never let go of what you believe in. Never.
I believe in my...
Well, I think our work is done. Shall we be off?
Yeah, I guess so.
Say, how about dinner? On me.
Well, Chief, that's inappropriate.
We'll drink a toast to innocent Butz.
Yeah, that's for the bar. A toast to innocent Butz. Are you some kind of pedophile?
Participation trophy. With that, his first case is brought to a thrilling close. But what comes now for Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney? Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell notification so you know when the adventure continues. Until next time, bye-bye.